Imagine running down a dark, narrow alley at night, running from a man who is trying to kill you. This is what some people feel like on a daily basis. Right now in Colombia, people are being attacked and killed because of their race and how they think about racial equality. People who are spreading their ideas and protesting against racism are also being attacked. Racism and inequality is very high in Colombia right now, and not very many people are doing anything about it. This is a very serious problem and it needs to stop now. The government of Colombia is not very diverse, and most of the government officials are white. Very few people in the government are black, and very few people in the government actually want to change and equal rights. In Colombia's past, not that much has been done about racism because not many people are affected by it. But in recent years, many more attacks have been occurring, and many more people are wanting to step up and help. The government does not think this is a serious problem because it does not directly affect them, but it is affecting their people, and they need to take action. The government needs to help by passing laws and banning racial discrimination. People are organizing racial equality protests, getting the word out about racism in South America. Even some famous athletes and celebrities have stood up and helped in the protests. These protests have been helping to get the word out to people in different countries around the world and have been sending help to the victims and people who are affected by this problem. These protests have been very effective and have helped the relief effort greatly. They have made other people open their eyes and have made more and more people step up and join the cause. If the government of Colombia can start passing laws, then they hunt down people who are attacking others because of race, and the government can lay down the path towards equality. But only then can they pass these laws. And if the government can step up and do this for the greater good, then Colombia can finally be free from racial discrimination. In Colombia, average people and citizens are rising up to fight this problem by protesting, finding the people who organize the attacks and punishing them, and trying to help victims of racism. These protests have been very beneficial to the people who are affected by this problem. It is raising awareness about the problem and it is helping get the word out to more and more people around the world. Many different people are helping by giving victims shelter, food, water, and safety. And because many black people living in Colombia live in impoverished areas, people are helping by donating money and supplies to those places to help as well. These people are extremely important in helping with the racial problem because they are the ones that are making a difference, and they are the people that are going to be the change in Colombia as well as the world. Some solutions that may help the country are others protesting and getting the government involved. People need to step up and help. It is the people's job to persuade the government to take action, and it is the government's job to take action against racism. If the people of Colombia can persuade the government to pass these laws, then racism can be stopped. But the only way for the government to change is for the people to persuade them to. Other ways that people can help are donating to victims, giving victims relief and safety, and by participating in groups that aim to help people who fall victim to racism. A lot of the progress of these protests are made by average people like me and you, and if everyone can band together and stand up to these problems, then the problems will disappear. If people start protesting and getting the word out, then more people from other countries will try to help. The more people that have helping the more people they have helping their cause, the more likely it is that the government will help out, because the government is the only moving force to stop the people who commit acts of racism. And if the government does this, then racism will be very likely eliminated from Colombia. Racism is at a very high rate right now in many parts of the world, and because of this, people are rising up and wanting to take the chance of helping out victims of racism. If racism is stopped in many different countries, the ideas will spread from country to country, and eventually all people in all countries will be equal, and racism will be at an all-time low. It all starts with one person, and if people take the initiative and get the word out, then they can change the world for the better. Thank you.